All right. Hello, everybody. My name's Jen Tollison. Thank you all so much for joining me today virtually. I am an admissions counselor here at UNC Charlotte and just going to be giving you a general overview of the university and then also talk a little bit about the application process. Definitely let me know if you have any questions, or we will share our information at the end of all of this so that if you do think of anything else, you can absolutely reach out to me. All right, so a little bit about UNC Charlotte. We're one of 16 schools within the UNC system. So there are 17 in total, but we're one of 16 within the public universities. We all have different designations. We are all different schools, so we are not satellite campuses of each other, and we are just governed by that same UNC system. So kind of just like an umbrella that keeps us all together, but we all have our own specializations. Our designation is that we are North Carolina's Urban Research University. So if you are familiar with the Charlotte area, we are about 10 miles north of the heart of Charlotte, or what we call Uptown. And we are still in Charlotte, but we're not in that busy city area. And we're also a research university. And when I say research, I definitely don't want you to just think of being in a lab with a white coat. While that's definitely an experience that you can have here, we're really meaning that students have the opportunity to receive hands-on experience as soon as you're a first-year student. So you're finding those internships, you're getting those research opportunities, and you're just having that ability as soon as you are a first-year student here. We're also the state's fastest growing university. So in the last 7 years, we've built about 13 brand new buildings. Our newest is going to be a Marriott Hotel and Convention Center that we have here on our campus, and then also our University Recreation Center. So this is our 5-floor gym, has all different types of things that you could do there, and you don't have to pay an extra membership. So that's really cool. It's included in your tuition and fees, so you can show your student ID, go ahead and walk in, whether you like to work out, take workout classes, want to do like a basketball pickup game. We also have a demo kitchen for cooking classes too. So couple of buildings on campus that have nothing to do with academics, and it just allows you to make sure that you're getting that full experience and meeting other students as well. We are a large university, so in total, we have a little over 30,000 students, but we definitely have a small college feel. So we're making sure that you have a sense of community on our campus. We are making sure that you are not just a name or a face in the crowd, and that you have opportunities to make communities and relationships within our community. Our students are coming from all over, so they're coming from at least 100 different countries. Our students are represented by all 50 states, so we're extremely proud of that. And we have almost 40% of our student body are first generation students, so students that are the first in their families to be earning that college degree. But then we also have a little over 40% are self-identifying as coming from an underrepresented population. So whether that's students coming from a rural area, low income, all different populations are represented here at UNC Charlotte. So a little bit about our majors. We do offer 171 majors, and they're all categorized into different academic colleges. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to apply to each individual academic college to be a part of that major. You can simply just indicate the major that you're interested in when you are applying. But they kind of have just a different home. So that's where, there's a specific building for each of these majors. So for starters, we have our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. This is our largest academic college, and it has the most variety of majors. So think of things like anything that's going to end in ology, psychology, biology, sociology, but we're also offering meteorology too, so the study of weather. We do have criminal justice, history, communications. We have all different types of programs that are going to be more of a general studies that will fall under here. We offer visual arts and performing arts. So if you're interested in art and architecture, music, dance, theater, that's going to fall under here. I will say that if you're interested in art and architecture, they do have a secondary process. So they're going to want to make sure that you're submitting a portfolio of some past work that you've completed. But as soon as you indicate those programs, then you do kind of receive an email talking about what else they are looking for. But the College of Arts and Architecture are the only programs that do require something separate. Belk College of Business offers business management. We have accounting, economics, finance, business analytics, marketing. So our College of Business does hold an accreditation that only about 5% of business schools have in the world. And the city of Charlotte is the second largest financial district, right behind New York City. So right away, you're able to make those relationships and have those internships as soon as you're a student here. Cato College of Education is where we have all of our different education majors. So if you're interested in teaching at the elementary level, the middle level, secondary, or we also offer special education or child and family development. We are making sure that students are in a classroom setting as soon as they are students here and they declare that education major. We are one of the top producers of teachers in North Carolina. So we have a very diverse and large school system here where you can get into those classrooms and see what it's like to be a teacher. College of Computing and Informatics houses all of our computer science programs. Computer science would be your major, and then you have different concentrations like cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, or gaming and robotics. We are one of 6 schools in the country to have an academic college solely for computing and informatics. So at some other schools, you might see that computer science is going to fall under engineering, and that's not the case here. So you have your own computer space, your lab space, and faculty and staff that are going to help you pursue this computer science degree. Then we offer our College of Health and Human Services. So this houses our nursing program, which is our strongest and most competitive major. We also have social work, exercise science. So if you're interested in anything like sports medicine related, that is a good program. And then just a couple of other programs falls within here. Our nursing program, as I said, is our strongest and most competitive program, but it really allows students to get that hands-on experience even before they're in a hospital setting, as you can see right here with some of our students. And then last but not least, we have our Lee College of Engineering. So we're going to offer engineering science programs and then engineering technology programs. Engineering science is going to be a little bit more competitive. And if you're interested in those programs, we really focus on the type of math classes that you've taken. But for both of those, we're going to offer computer, civil, electrical, mechanical, and systems engineering. And then we offer all of that for engineering technology on top of fire and safety and construction management. So we do have a couple other programs that don't necessarily have an academic college, but they're still considered a major. So School of Data Science or Data Science. So if you're interested in being maybe a marketing analysis, a data analysis, or anything with sports analytics, this is the program for you. We're the first in North Carolina to be able to offer this program, and it pulls from all different academic colleges. So that's why it does not have just one specific academic college it's a part of. So it really allows you to take different things from like a political science or a sociology class and mix that maybe with business or computer science while you're earning that data science degree. And then maybe you're just not sure what you want to major in. Maybe you're thinking of a couple different things, or this is really overwhelming and the last thing you want to think of is deciding on a major. That is okay. We have our university college, which is home to our undecided students, and it is perfectly okay to start as undecided. It will not delay your time of graduation. You will not have any less resources. You will be able to have all different opportunities, maybe narrowing down that specific major. But no matter what your major is, or no matter what you have decided, you will have an academic advisor here, similar to your high school counselor, who's going to help you either narrow down that major if you're undecided, or make sure you're taking the right classes and that you'll be graduating and finding those internships and those employment opportunities after. So lots of different programs here, and we definitely have something for everyone. Taking a look at what it's like to be a student here in the classroom. So I mentioned that we have a little over 30,000 students on campus. That's a really big number, but we don't like to keep that number in the classroom size. On average, you're going to have about 35 students. So maybe a little bit more in those general education classes, just because every student has to take those, but not as many as maybe like you're seeing on TV. We don't have any huge auditorium style classes that have thousands of students in them. We like to keep it small. So probably similar to some of the classes that you have in junior or senior year now. We do have a student to faculty ratio of 19:1. So that means for every 19 to 20 students, there's going to be a faculty member to assist them. Once you get into your junior or senior year here, your classes are going to definitely shrink. On average, you will have 10 to 15 students in those classrooms. That way you can really get to know your professor. You can introduce yourself and feel comfortable with making that connection, but they're also going to offer office hours. So if you need to ask them questions, need help with anything, you can reach out to them after that. So we have this great connection with the city of Charlotte. Charlotte is the 15th largest city in the nation. There are 9 Fortune 500 companies that have headquarters here, and over 300 Fortune 500 companies just have a presence in the Charlotte area. I'm sure that this slide right here has a list of companies that you're definitely familiar with, but these are not all, but just some where students have either found internships or employment opportunities once they've graduated. The big thing we do here at UNC Charlotte is we're making sure that you're getting outside of the classroom and you're participating in experiential learning. At the bottom of the screen, you can see that almost all of our students are finding those internships, they are volunteering, they are just getting outside of campus. In fact, 96% of our graduates within 6 months of graduating have either continued on to graduate school or had a job lined up for them. So we're providing you with the resources to make sure that you have those plans for after you graduate. So we have a ton of different student resources and support services that are available for our students here. So it is really nice because you have all of these different amenities. So not only do you have the ability to go to a gym, to have all different places to eat on campus, we even have a greenway. So if you like to be outdoors on a hiking trail, we have that too. We also have these resources and support services that are going to be helpful for whether you are wanting to build a resume or a cover letter, or you're just needing some tutoring options too. So you do have that. I will say some top ones are definitely going to be our Career Center. So these are going to help you, this officer is going to be able to help you do mock interviews. So help you prepare for those interviews that you're looking for those jobs after you graduate, or if you are needing help with a resume or how to dress professional. We actually have a closet on campus that can help students dress professionally for an interview. We also have something called our UTOP program, which is our University Transition Opportunities Program. It's essentially like a summer bridge program. So that means that you are coming onto campus early, you're getting to take a couple classes, and you are going to have a mentor as well. So it just helps you kind of transition onto campus a little bit earlier before all of the students are coming and before it gets extremely overwhelming. We also have something that is called UCAE, so our University Center for Academic Excellence. This is another kind of mentor type program. We also have peer assisted learning. So that means that you are receiving help in a math class or an English class from a student that has taken that class and done really well in it. So you're not essentially getting, tutored by a professor or, somebody that's more of a professional. It's going to be someone that has already been through that and done really well. And all of these resources are free for our students too. Okay, so that was a lot of information of what UNC Charlotte has to offer you as a student. Now we're going to switch gears and talk about how you can become a 49er and talk about the application process. So this is going to be the first thing that we are taking a look at. So we're wanting to make sure that you meet our minimum course requirements, as you can see up here on the screen. Typically, this is something that all of our students we see are meeting, especially if they're coming from the state of North Carolina, because these are going to be the requirements to graduate. When you see that it says 2 foreign languages, we want to make sure that they are consecutive. So like Spanish 1, Spanish 2, French 1, French 2. I definitely want to point out math. So that fourth math class that you take, we do want to see it to be an advanced math. So something like pre-cal, calculus, advanced functions and modeling. And then the rest are kind of self-explanatory. As you can tell, most of our students are exceeding these requirements. So we are looking to see, have you taken any honors courses, AP courses, college level courses? If not, that is okay, but we're definitely wanting to see you challenge yourself into what types of courses you are taking. And then this is our admitted freshman profile. So by no means are these the requirements to be admitted to UNC Charlotte. However, if you fall within these ranges, you are competitive for admission. Now, for any seniors I have in the room with me, please do not pay attention to the SATs or ACTs or SATs, because this year we are test optional. We truly do mean that. So you are not required to submit those. But for any juniors, these are definitely some good ranges that you want to keep in mind. And then this is what we are going to require for the application. So our application is open. I know that college application week is coming up next week. I will say that we do not take part in that, but if you want to apply to UNC Charlotte through CFNC, then you can submit a fee waiver, and you can either send that to me directly or have your counselor send it to me as well. So we're going to want to make sure that you have an online application submitted. There are 3 different ways that you can do that, either through our website, CFNC, or the Common App. We don't have a preference as long as you submit it. There's a $75 application fee, but we do accept fee waivers. We're also going to want to see an official high school transcript as well as an essay. Now for the essay, you can submit anything you want. We do have different prompts, or if there's an essay that you have submitted in the past that you feel is written extremely well, please send that to us. We are wanting to find out more about you that we can't already see by the courses you've taken or the grades that you've received. And we definitely want you to write about something that you think is important and that you want to write about, and not what you think that we want to be able to read. So keep that in mind. This year, like I said, we are test optional. We also don't require recommendation letters or a personal statement. So that's everything that we need to complete your application. So when do you send it by? These 2 deadlines are what you want to keep in mind. For any seniors that I have in the room, again, this is specifically to you. And then juniors, when you're seniors next year, and I come back and say this exact same thing, you want to meet our early action deadline. That gives you a lot of benefits. Applying by November 1st not only means you receive your decision by January 30th, your application receives the most consideration. That gives you plenty of time to be able to apply for scholarships, but most importantly, it allows you to enjoy your senior year. So we really want you to meet that early action deadline, but if you're not able to, we have regular decision of February 1st. Early action does mean that it's non-binding. So that means that if you are admitted in between November 1st and January 30th, you do not have to commit to coming to UNC Charlotte. It is your choice. So this, I definitely just kind of want to focus real quick on. I know it's a lot of information on the screen, but there are all different types of pathways to coming to UNC Charlotte. I will say that if you are a high school student, whether you're earning an associate's degree or taking college classes, we want you to apply as a first-year student. But if you're thinking about maybe going to the local community college or going to a different university and then attending UNC Charlotte, we're going to look at your application a little bit differently, and that's going to be our transfer admissions process. So there's all different pathways to get here, but regardless, that's what my job is, to make sure that we have you on the right pathway. And at the end of the day, we get you to be a UNC Charlotte student. So just kind of keep that in mind as to what your plans might be for the future. All right, so now we're briefly going to talk about tuition and fees. We're definitely going to focus more on the in-state. So in-state per year is going to be a little over $7,000. There is a range for living on campus, but we don't require our students to live on campus, and we don't require you to have a meal plan. But if you do live on campus and you do have a meal plan, your total cost is going to be about $15,000 to $18,000 per year. You can offset these costs with financial aid and scholarships. So financial aid is a separate application process that you apply through their website. It is called the FAFSA, or the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. It is open for all students to go ahead and submit it, but you do not have to be able to receive an admissions decision. This is just if you're wanting to receive any loans or any need that you have financially. Then our scholarship process is going to be available for admitted students. This is a separate process here at UNC Charlotte. You will be admitted to the university and receive credentials to create a Niner Scholars Portal. You're going to build a profile and be matched for scholarships that you are eligible for. This is based off of need and based off of merit. So all of our merit-based scholarships are housed right here. About 75% of our students are receiving some type of financial aid or scholarships. So please go ahead and apply. If you're thinking about work study, so meaning that you're working on campus, but it's helping you pay off school, that's something that you can indicate in financial aid as well. But we definitely have jobs that students can apply for, not being a part of financial aid too. So scholarships is a separate process, and that's definitely something I want you to be able to take away from this slide. All right, so just a couple more things, but now kind of talking about the fun things on campus. So our campus life is extraordinary. There's always something to do on our campus. We have over 400 student clubs and organizations. So if you're doing anything now after school or during high school that you want to continue on, definitely keep that in mind. Are you in student government? Is that something that you want to do? Do you have any faith-based or different academic-based clubs that you want to be a part of? We definitely offer those. And then we're also having different intramural and club sports. So they are a little bit different competitive wise. So meaning club sports, you try out, you play other North Carolina colleges, and intramural sports, you just stay on campus and play other UNC Charlotte students. But we do have 18 Division I sports teams. So whether you want to try out for those teams or you just like going and watching sporting events, all of our tickets are free for our students. And then we do have the option for students to study abroad. So we have over 70 different locations that students can study for a week, a month, to a semester, to even a full academic year. So essentially what happens is that you apply for this process once you're a student here, and you look to see what's available. And if, for example, going to Italy is offered as an international business class, does that fit in your schedule? Does going to Spain help with a Spanish speaking class? So you can kind of take a look at that every single year. There are financial aid and scholarships that can help you pay for this process as well. And then I also want to kind of go back to some of these slides and talking about living on campus. There are 18 different residence halls that we do offer for our students. Again, we don't require students to live on campus, but we definitely encourage it. About 6,000 of our students are living on campus, and about 80% of them are freshmen. So we offer a traditional style, we offer a suite style, and we also have a full apartment. Students can absolutely decide where they want to live, but freshmen are the only ones that have full range of picking any place to live on campus. So what you're seeing right here on the screen is going to be more of our suite style. So that means that you're going to share a bathroom and a living area with maybe 3 to 4 other students. Those traditional, that's going to be one bedroom that you share with one other student. So you have a lot of different options, but you're not required to live on campus. But it just kind of gives you the ability to make more relationships too. All right, so I definitely encourage all of you to create this Future 49er portal if you have not already and you plan to apply. This is a great way for you to monitor the status of your application, make sure that we've received everything, and just lets you keep tabs on the entire application process. And then last but not least, we do have an on-campus open house that's coming up this Saturday. So registration is still available for it. You can hear directly from different academic departments, and then there will be the chances of a university recreation tour, so a tour of our gym, a tour of campus, but the day really is yours to make it your own. And I highly encourage you to come check out and visit it if you have the options. You can scan this QR code or you can go onto our website and register for it directly. If you are not able to make this Saturday, then we are offering regular in-person tours. So you get about a 20-minute presentation, then you also get about an hour and a half walking tour and be able to see some of our residence halls too. And we offer those Monday through Friday. So that is all the information that I have for all of you today. Thank you so much for listening. This is our general admissions information, but definitely feel free to get my email address if you have any specific questions. You can find me on our website, or your counselor can definitely give that to you as well. But does anybody have any questions?